In the wild world of vendettas and mafia mayhem, there was this killer dude named Vendetta. He was so lightning fast with his lethal moves that the rival gangs couldn't even sleep or eat properly whenever they heard his name. The mere mention of him sent shivers down their spines. But hey, time flies, and even notorious hitmen retire. Vendetta decided to call it quits and settled down in the mountains with his wife and kiddo. However, you can't just walk away from your past without some consequences, especially if you've got unsettled scores. The big boss, Angelo, was still furious about Vendetta taking out his son, so he sent his goons to hunt him down. Just when Vendetta thought life would be all peaceful and quiet, he ends up with a clueless daughter, Sophia. One day, this innocent little girl accidentally blows his cover when she posts a pic of her dear old dad on social media. Talk about a rookie mistake. Angelo's henchmen immediately spot the post and break into Vendetta's home. Sophia, being the brave little warrior she is, hears the commotion and sneaks downstairs. The poor thing witnesses her mom and uncle meeting a grisly fate. The two hitmen, not known for their brains, decide to spare her, thinking Vendetta's already taken care of. When Vendetta returns home later that night, he finds the horrifying scene of his wife and brother murdered. In the midst of his panic, Sophia pops up, wanting to call the cops, but Vendetta stops her in her tracks. Meanwhile, back on the villain's side, the two lackeys return for their reward. But after watching the video, the boss realizes that they've got the wrong guy. It's not Vendetta. Although the mustaches might look alike, the eyes tell a different story. So, Angelo orders them to keep searching and eliminate Vendetta and his daughter, or they'd better have a banana meeting with the old guy himself. But Vendetta ain't sitting around waiting for the most important thing is to get the heck out of there, and Vendetta hands Sophia a phone, telling her to call only him and no one else. He jumps into his wheels and heads off to who knows where. But guess what? Sophia decides to ring her boyfriend to pick her up instead. She tells him that her dad used to be a hitman, and she can't see him as her father anymore. Oh boy, giving birth to a daughter can really mess with your life plans. That phone call turns out to be a huge blunder cause it reveals Sophia's location. Meanwhile, Vendetta's playing polite and visiting one of Angelo's gang members, asking some civilized questions. A few stabs later, he's got the poor old guy's identity and knows who killed his wife and brother. Meanwhile, Sophia's boyfriend arrives to pick her up. As they're leaving, they run into the hitman, who recognizes Sophia and starts chasing after them. They're speeding away, but come on, two wheels can't beat four. The hitman takes out his gun and fires, scaring the pants off both of them. They dash into the woods for dear life, but oops, Sophia smacks into a tree and goes down like a sack of potatoes. No mercy from the hitman, he grabs the boyfriend and sends him to the afterlife. Another innocent victim claimed, all thanks to our dear Sophia's existence. She puts up a fight, but the hitman catches her and stuffs her in the trunk. But hold your breath, Vendetta suddenly pops up and gives that jerk a face meets steering wheel moment. Vendetta drags him out and starts throwing some punches, but man, they're getting all heated up, and Vendetta slips up, taking a hit right in the gut. Ouch. First off, they encounter that trigger-happy hitman who just couldn't resist grabbing a gun and firing away. Lucky for them, Sophia springs into action with her trusty stick and manages to fend the guy off, giving Vendetta a chance to swoop in and take him down. Boom, sayonara to that fella. They hightail it out of there and find a pit stop so Vendetta can deal with his battle wounds, at least temporarily. But whoa, hold up. The TV's reporting that the cops have put out a manhunt for these two troublemakers. Looks like they're now the most wanted duo, with the police and Angelo's gang hot on their tails. Vendetta knows it's kill or be killed, baby. With some weapons and bombs in tow, Vendetta starts teaching his daughter how to handle a knife. He says there's no room for second chances when facing enemies. The first strike's gotta be lethal. Aim for the chest, and they'll drop in 3 seconds flat. Stab them in the gut, and it's gonna hurt like crazy but give them a chance to survive. And slashing their throat? Well, that's just plain brutal, and they'll be gasping for their last breath in a pool of blood. Yikes. Bright and early, the dynamic duo arrives at Angelo's gang headquarters. Sophia distracts the guard while Vendetta sneaks into the car. Then he takes control and forces the guard to drive into the basement of the building. Nice move. As the guard punches in the elevator code, Vendetta helps him take a nice, long nap. Meanwhile, Sophia sets off a homemade bomb in the trash to create a diversion and get everyone's attention. It's just what Vendetta needs to slip into the office and kidnap Angelo's second son, Bianco. Now, those guards come running down to the basement, guns blazing. But wait, Sophia takes matters into her own hands and crashes the car right into one of those gun-toting guys. Vendetta seizes the opportunity to make a quick escape and finds a hiding spot. He's got that killer instinct in him, so he shoots down one dude like a pro before hopping into the car and taking off. Finally, Sophia gets to do something useful. Once they're safe, Vendetta snaps a pic to send as a keepsake for his late son and sends a message to Angelo, giving him 30 minutes to surrender and spill the beans on all the crooked folks in the government who've been covering for him. Otherwise, well, Vendetta threatens to return Angelo's son in a less than ideal condition. Angelo's furious and orders his goons to track the phone signal, leading them to an abandoned train station. But before they can find anyone, one of them gets shot unexpectedly. Chaos ensues as bullets start flying all over. While the Mafia is busy searching for the source of the shots, Vendetta's calmly lurking in the shadows, picking them off one by one. Bored with their antics, he activates a bomb hidden in a nearby car. Boom. Say goodbye to the rest of Angelo's gang. Now, only one target remains, Rudy, the guy responsible for killing Vendetta's wife and brother. Of course, Vendetta can't let him go down that easily. He gracefully moves across the train's roof, leaps down, and slices Rudy's tendons like a pro. Now, Rudy's like a fish on a cutting board, ready to be filleted at any moment. Vendetta gives his nemesis some final words and then proceeds to repeatedly stab him in the throat. Quite ruthless, but hey, that's what you get for killing two innocent souls. With the gang taken care of, Vendetta heads straight to Angelo's hideout to settle the score. The enemies may be numerous, but they ain't a match for our hero. Vendetta's got a kill-on-sight policy. Anybody crosses his path, they end up on the floor. It's like a showdown of gods and demons. While Vendetta's on his vengeful spree, he calls Sofia to change the plan to keep her safe. But she's got a hunch something bad's about to go down. Meanwhile, the police intercept the call and track Sofia's location. On the other hand, Vendetta decides to confront Angelo himself at his mansion to put an end to the grudge once and for all. The opposition may be vast, but they're no match for our protagonist. He's on a mission to deliver justice wherever he goes. Whatever you throw at him, he throws right back at you. Vendetta thought life would be peaceful after he retired, but nope, fate had other plans. The only way for Sofia to survive is to take down Angelo. With the score settled and vengeance served at the Golden Stream, Vendetta surrenders himself to the police. But instead of investigating or arresting him, they gun him down on the spot, right in front of Sofia. She, too, is quickly apprehended by the cops. A few days later, Angelo's second son, Bianco, visits Sofia to talk. He claims to have bribed the judge, so she won't be charged. The opponent hands Sofia a business card and says, "Whenever you need help, come see me." Now, our girl's a bit suspicious because who on earth is this nice to a gal like her? Especially when she's the daughter of the guy who offed his brother and father. And wouldn't you know it, as soon as she leaves, the guy orders his henchmen to take her out for revenge. Well, it seems the score's not settled just yet. But hold up, this ain't no ordinary kitten we're dealing with. This is the daughter of a world-renowned top-notch assassin. You can't just waltz in and expect to get rid of her so easily. Sofia swiftly packs her stuff and leaves the orphanage behind. Next morning, when Bianco's folks can't find Sofia, they give him a call. Little do they know, she's already at his place. Armed with that fancy business card, she walks up to him with a confident grin and asks for his assistance. But just when he thinks his plan's about to come together, surprise! Sofia pulls out a knife and tells him straight up that in the Mafia, it's either kill or be killed. If you don't even know that rule, well, you deserve to meet your maker. And that's a wrap, folks.